morning, everybody. It's May 22nd. We're still north, and we are almost done seeding. We could have finished last night. I finished that ducks land at around 8 p.m. last night, and I only had this field, one more field left. This is another new field that we took on up here, and I didn't know it. I've never been on it. Didn't spray it. Donovan did. And I'm like, you know what? Mike tired. Mike really tired. I was just in a really bad funk yesterday, and I could barely keep myself together mentally, and that's, well, let's be honest, I can't ever keep myself together mentally. But anyways, I shut down early, like at 8 p.m., called her quits, went home, went to bed, woke up, beautiful new day. Last field, we're gonna enjoy it. It was foggier than foggy up here this morning. You couldn't see nothing, and it's still very misty. It's like a gentle mist rain right now. See, I'll show you up at the, take a look at the tire. I don't know if we can seed in this. It's just literally a misty rain. So this field was apparently barley stubble. I got looking at it. There's some barley on the ground. We are seeding next there up here. Like an idiot, I seeded 6 different crops at the north farm, 6 different crops at the south farm, but the south farm is 3 times the size, or 4 times the size, or 5 times the size. Anyways, it's quite a bit larger. And of that, we seeded 3 different varieties of canola, all of which should be kept separate. I don't know how I'm going to do that. We'll figure that out, cross that bridge when we get there. I have my reasons why I needed to do that. Obviously, on that lentil stubble, we had to seed a clear field. There sometimes is a bit of a benefit for selling clear field canola. And then we seeded in bigger canola, which is just your general run-of-the-mill canola. And this is Nexera, which is IP canola, especially canola. So anyways, that's what I did. Right, wrong, or otherwise. I almost axed this Nexera. Almost. That close. Maybe I should have. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But, so, we may or may not have seeded our canola a little bit on the deep side. And I'd like to be like, well, I'm used to seeding. Back home, we seed everything deep because you never guaranteed a rain back home. We have been getting rain. In fact, we've been getting so much rain back home. A little update on that is we're almost done seeding up here, and Donovan's barely cut or seeded 1,200 acres back home. We still got like another 8 days, 7-8 days, maybe just 7 days of seeding back home. We just have not been able to turn a wheel because it's just been raining, and it's a glorious thing. Love it. I'll seed well into June and have rain, then be done by now and have no rain. But anyways, typically we seed really deep back home due to the lack of thereof. Up north, sometimes that drags in, you carry in because it's branded in your mind. But that is not my excuse this time. My excuse this time is sometimes I like to say we just screw up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as farmers, we just make blatant mistakes. It's just what we do. We're like, guess we shouldn't have done that. Anyways, I always seed my canola at 3/4 of an inch. Setting number 3. I went back into some of our last year's videos, but for whatever reason, I thought I seeded at number 4, 1 inch deep. Seeded all the canola at 1 inch deep. Probably not gonna make a big difference. But last year I had the best catch of canola that I've ever had, and you know, not saying depth was a major contributing factor, but conditions were the major contributing factor, and we had nice gentle rains afterwards, didn't bake anything. Last year we had perfect little rows, best catch I ever got. This year we seeded it a 1/4 inch deeper, and we sped up. I know, we sped up 0.4 mile an hour faster. Last year it took us a long time to seed because, you know, I typically seed around that 3.8-ish miles an hour in canola. This time we went up to about 4.4-ish, give or take, miles an hour. So, anyways, that is what it is. I don't think it's gonna change anything. I don't think it's gonna, maybe I'll lose the odd extra plant here and there. Mostly it's gonna be on my cornering. You gotta slow down on your corners. And I probably didn't slow down enough, factoring that I was going a little bit deeper. But I do see my canola a little bit on the heavier side. So that's a pretty big positive for me. Anyways, I'm gonna set this down to 3 on the last field because it's misting and it's raining and I don't know if I can seed right now anyway. So I was just set this thing down for a good little test. It's my last field. I got all day to do it. We're gonna go home to the South Farm tomorrow. That's the plan. So all I'm doing is I am taking this, it was set to 4. Each number represents 1/4 of an inch. It was set on 4. I'm dropping it down to 3. And this is probably gonna take me about 20-25 minutes to do. So I'm gonna get cracking on that, okay? But before you correct me on my math, because you know it actually is 0.6 difference versus 0.4. I was going off tractor. Tractor is 4.4. I have it set to, but there's always like slippage. Probably more slippage with these wheels. And I typically go by radar when I'm seeding, the radar on the cart when I'm seeding. So I set the tractor like 4.4, which puts my drill at around 4.2, 4.1-ish, give or take. And normally I always seed at 3.8 on the cart. So we're close. We're close. 0.4-ish. Close. Only farmers can really tell the difference between a 1/2 mile an hour. Once you start breaking it into a 1/4 mile an hour, well, you know, but a 1/2 mile an hour is seriously, noticeably different. Noticeably different. English is hard. All right, so that's done. I just don't know if we can go. We're gonna try. This misty fog, rain, drizzle is not going to be too conducive to our fertilizer. We do have that air guard kit on, but there is limitations regardless. Everything has its limitations, so let's see what happens here. This was me seeding yesterday in the rain. It was a day like today. You can see the moisture inside. Oof. I'm not sure if we should be going. We might wait till this fog mist burns off. Yeah. Hey, Chapel. Hey, bud. You coming for a ride? Last field. Last field. Yeah, that's right. Were you in the water, Chapel? Are your boots full of water? You were definitely in the water. Where'd you find that slough? You were down in that slough, I guess. Yeah. Come on. You gonna inspect our drill for us? Yeah. We got some mud on the tires. Yeah, mud. Yeah. Yeah. It's important to take a look under there, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, the fans are on. You can hear them, can't you? Yeah. Mud? Yep, that's right. What's that? Oh, the mid-row banders, they're up, aren't they? Yeah. Can you find any seed? You know how to dig for seed? Plugged. It's plugged? Yeah. Oh, no, there's still air coming out. The wheel is plugged, though. There's definitely mud on it. That's right. Good eye. Good eye. Yeah, get a good look. That tire, that Packer tire is cracked, isn't it? Yeah, it's cracked. That's right. Dad should replace it, but he's out. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Mom's gonna go for a couple passes. Dad's gonna record. Last. Yeah, we always gotta check our lug nuts, make sure they don't loosen off. No, they didn't loosen off. Fan is on, that's right. What do you think? That's the fan, that's the cart. You're soaked. You're soaked, bud. You're soaked. Yeah. You go do some seeding. Dad's gonna do some riding.
Riding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Riding.
That's right. Ashton's just sweeping out the rug. All right, let's go hop on. This is our last field. I haven't done a whole lot of riding this year just due to we've been pushing so hard to get seed in the ground. Ouch! Oh, that's a shoulder getter right there. Obviously, some of the mist and rain has passed on. It's maybe borderline too wet to be seeding because it is pretty muddy. Am I rolling up a little bit of canola on the packer wheels? Probably. And is that going to stop me? Probably not. The plan is to head back to the South Farm tomorrow. They're not done. We're going to probably double shift that other drill down there to try help get finished. Oh, she's digging a little here. It's actually cold out, you guys. I feel like it's only 6 or 7 degrees. There is frost warnings out for tomorrow night. Would that hurt any of my crop that's up? No, not really. None of this canola's up. I seeded it pretty deep. My derm is up, but it won't hurt that. What's she gonna do here? She's gonna make a left corner, I would think. Yeah, that's what I would do too. Beauty, just like that. And she's gonna make a whoop and then back down there. Sorry if I just made you dizzy. Jackal's just so fascinated by this unit. I guess she's gonna grab a line and go down there. She only wants to make a few passes because it's Chapel's nap time, and man, if he misses nap time, it's just a brutal rest of the day. He gets his 7th wind. Alright, we're going to grab a line and we're going to run out and look at some openers here. Oh, hold on here. Definitely a little bit on the muddy side. Boy, it smells fresh out here. Chewing a little. So yes, there's section control. This side of the drill is not seating. This side is seating. On some drills, I think like the Batterstad, it actually picks the shanks out of the ground. Don't know if it really makes that much difference. You don't see it come harvest time, you know, it's not really, you don't see it anyway. You think it's bad, but you don't see it. Look it on it. Pull that tire over a little bit. Not bad. Ashton does like her red tractors. Did I tell you guys how fresh it smells up here? Of course, it did just rain. Not very often do we have a clump of trees to go around. Oh, man. Ashton's texting me. And Lee's trying to call me. Every time I'm recording, everyone's trying to get hold of me. compaction right there. Oh, my phone won't let me record anymore. I'm out of memory, boys. See if we can't buy and squeeze through a little bit more time here. One thing that this ground has lots of up here is earthworms. Earthworm, 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 earthworm. Throw a little dirt on that canola. Tons of earthworms. Oh, my ride's leaving. Woo! Oh, I'm out of shape. Alright guys, that's it. That's a wrap up here for seeding at the North Farm. We're leaving tomorrow to go help down there, finish seeding. I'll let you know how that canola comes through, being a little too deep. We'll have lots of videos. We'll be comparing North Farm, South Farm. I don't know what our rain update is for the South Farm, but it's got to be closing around that 4 or 5 inches so far. More than we had in the last 3 years combined. It's awesome. I'll catch you guys later. Adios, amigos!